hope you're all well and welcome back, or if you're new, thanks for checking out the channel. I'm Matt from Distant Sun Studios, and today is the second part in the video series called Inside the Mix, where I'll take you through some of the tracking and mixing techniques used in the song Sheila by the Deddingtons. If you've missed part 1 and would like to check it out, I'll leave a link for you in the description below. This particular song also featured Jack Mitchell, Johnny Marr's drummer, on the session. Okay, let's go. I've now turned all the processing off throughout the whole session, so let's take a look at the main bus. Although I might change certain settings as the mix takes shape, this is always where I start. You can think of the main or mix bus as the tonal character of a console that helps to bring all the individual elements of the mix together. Starting at the top, we have the API summing engaged along with the master tape. I'll solo the drums and let you take a listen. Okay, quickly looking at the settings on the master tape, I'm running a 900 tape formula, running at 15 IPS or inches per second on a half-inch tape. Without going into too much detail, each tape formula will make the biggest sonic change to the mix. The tape speed and the width of the tape head will affect the resolution of the sound. The best thing to do here is just experiment, normally with the tape formula first, and find a sound that you like. If it sounds good, it is good. Moving down, in the first insert slot, is the Chandler Limited Curve Bender, an emulation of the vintage EQ originally used in Abbey Road. It's not particularly doing a great deal. A high-pass filter at 20 Hz to remove any unhelpful low end, then a 0.5 dB boost at 90 Hz, 2.8K and 16K. The EQ is set to mid-side processing, and both channels are linked. In the case of the drums, the 0.5 dB boost at 90 Hz and 2.8K will bring out the kick drum a little more down the middle, and also the attack of the snare drum. Then if you listen to the cymbals and the shaker in the higher frequencies, they are being boosted out to the sides by the 16K shelf. Overall, the EQ adds more width and definition to the sound and placement of the drums. Let's have a listen. Next up is the API 2500 Bus Compressor. I've got the attack set to a very slow setting to let the transients through. The ratio is set to 2:1 for a very gentle compression, and then the release is set to its fastest setting to avoid the compressor holding on to the music for too long. Okay, let's have a listen. The final two controls here that I'd like to highlight are the threshold and the mix. If I start by winding the threshold all the way back to +10, there'll be no compression at all applied. As I start to play the music and introduce the threshold, you'll hear the compressor start to react round about +8 to +4. I don't want too much compression here, I really just want to tap the needle and find a nice sweet spot. I sometimes use the mix control to also blend in some of the original signal until I'm really happy with the sound. With the mix at this stage, 60 sounds about the most natural to me. It's probably also worth mentioning that as the mix develops, it's a good idea to check back on this compressor. You may well unintentionally start to push the compressor too hard, in which case you can easily just back off on the threshold or the mix control to compensate. As ever, it's been an absolute pleasure, guys, and thanks so much for watching. Next time I'll be looking at the last two plugins on the main bus and how I apply the Lunar extensions across all the instrument tracks whilst getting a static mix. I hope that you found today's video helpful, and I'd love to know your preferred mix bus chain that you use for your sessions. Please leave me any comments or questions that you may have below. I read everything that's posted, and I'll always try my best to reply to everyone. If you haven't already, please do like and subscribe to be notified of new videos from us in the future. It really does help the channel. I'm Matt from Distant Sun Studios, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.